Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the economic system that shapes, well, pretty much everything in Thailand, from the price of your favorite street food all the way to the success of its biggest, most powerful industries.
So, let's start with a question. Have you ever been at the market and just wondered, what decides the price of everything? You know, that invisible force that sets the cost for everything on your shopping list?
Well, the answer isn't some simple formula. It's actually a huge, complex system, an economic framework that's working behind the scenes. And it quietly influences your job, your income, and really the whole financial side of your life.
Okay, so let's bring this big, abstract idea right down to earth. How does this system actually connect to your wallet, to your day-to-day reality? Believe it or not, this system is the reason your morning coffee costs what it does, or why your rent is what it is. It's what shapes the entire job market. You know, influencing what careers are hot right now, and it even sets the rules for how you can save, invest, or hey, even start your own business. Okay, so we can see its impact literally everywhere. It's time to give this thing a name. What exactly is this system that's running the whole economic show in Thailand?
Thailand operates on something economists call a mixed economy. And honestly, the name says it all. It really is a mix, a blend of two totally different ideas about how you should run a country's finances.
The easiest way to think about it is like two sides of the same coin. On one side, you've got the free market. That's where private businesses and everyday consumers like you and me are calling the shots. But then you flip it over, and you've got government regulation, where the state steps in to set some ground rules and help steer the ship. So the big question is, how do these two major players, the private sector and the government, actually work together? You know, how do they stay on the same team? Let's break down exactly what each one does. All right, first up, the private sector. Think of this as the real engine of the economy. We're talking about all the businesses, from tiny street stalls to massive corporations that make and sell pretty much everything you buy. They're the ones creating competition, coming up with new ideas, and really pushing forward key areas like tourism, exports, and investment. And then you have the government. Its role is more like a referee or a regulator. It's not out there on the field playing the game, but it's making sure everyone follows the rules. The government creates laws, makes sure products are safe, and manages all those essential public services we rely on, like electricity, water, and transport. And it's their job to step in and tackle the big picture stuff, like protecting consumers and looking out for the environment. Okay, so if we stick with this idea of the economy being a giant marketplace, what are the main stalls or sections? Let's take a closer look at the actual structure of Thailand's economy. You can see it right here. Broadly speaking, the economy is broken down into three main sectors. Let's do a quick flyby of each one.
First up, you've got agriculture. This is really the foundation, the historical backbone of the entire Thai economy. It's famous all over the world for its rice, its rubber, and of course, all those amazing tropical fruits.
Then we have the industry sector, which is a real powerhouse. This is where you'll find those huge factories turning out cars and electronics that get shipped all over the globe. It also includes all the facilities that process food, both for us here at home and for export. And finally, we get to the biggest piece of the pie in the modern Thai economy, the service sector. This is a huge category. It covers everything from tourism and hotels to banking and finance, all the way to the super fast-growing digital services world. So, why? Why go through all this trouble of mixing a free market with government rules? What's the point? What's the ultimate goal of this whole balancing act?
Well, it's really about trying to get the absolute best of both worlds. You want that incredible energy and innovation that comes from the private sector, but you need to balance it with a kind of fairness and stability that really only a government can provide.
And here's the key takeaway. The objective isn't just growth for growth's sake. It's about smart growth. It needs to be stable, something that lasts. It needs to be balanced across all these different sectors we just talked about. And most importantly, it has to be sustainable for the generations to come.
And that really leaves us with one final, very important question to think about. As the world keeps changing so fast, what is the right balance for Thailand's future? Just how much free market energy and how much government guidance is going to be needed to really thrive in the years ahead?